All right, just wanted to do this one real quick. I want to talk about my new fasting routine, or my new diet routine, or whatever you want to call it. Just gonna have to do this real quick, but I had some people asking me like, what do I do to eat and stuff like that, and so it's been a little bit difficult because I've been doing some extended fasting, and it's hard to give examples whenever you're not actually eating a meal. So now that I've got a new fasting protocol, I'm gonna go ahead and share that with you on this video, and then explain how that works with my fitness routine. So right here I've got some leafy greens, and what this is I don't know, one, two, three, maybe 3 or 4 leaves of some hearts of romaine. Yeah. And then I've got some spinach over here on this side. So I've got probably about a half cup, maybe about a quarter cup of spinach in here. All right. And so this is what I'm going to eat for lunch, including, so now I also have this right here. And this is just like a little leftover thing that I got from a restaurant. Here's some lemon pepper tuna creations, and this stuff stays good for a long time. It doesn't have juice in it, so it's easy to eat. And this thing has less than a gram of carbs, 17 grams of protein, and about half a gram of fat. So this is a really lean fish. It's not a fatty fish like salmon. So this is only going to give me 80 calories. But if you look at it, it's like mostly protein. It's 17 grams of protein. So that's gonna be some protein. I've got some sesame seeds here. This is about almost a quarter ounce. So this is about 150 calories, maybe mostly from fat and some from protein. So and so there's some more protein right there. I've got 2 eggs right here, and these are chopped up. So this is about 140, 150 grams or 150 calories right here, and probably about 14, 15 grams of protein. So so this is about in total. Oh, and here's my mayonnaise. I got some mayonnaise for my salad here. This is avocado oil mayonnaise right here by Mark Sisson's Primal Kitchen. So this is yeah, that's what that is. That's gonna be some fat right there. That's probably about 7 or 8, maybe 9 grams of fat right there. So in all here, I probably got about 20 to 30 grams of fat, and probably 20, 30 grams of protein. And then with the seeds here, I've got some carbs, maybe 4 or 5 carbs, and I got these leafy greens right here. And so somebody was asking me about meal prep and stuff, about how long it takes to meal prep and all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And oh yeah, and I'll also explain my fasting protocol now. So I'm doing alternate day fasting now, which is a normal thing. It's not anything special, but all it means is one day you eat, one day you don't. But what I've done to do it a little bit differently, what I was doing before was rolling 48-hour fasts. So basically just eating every 48 hours. I would eat breakfast Monday morning, Wednesday morning, and Friday morning, so on and so forth. And then before that, I was doing a 72-hour rolling fast. So that means I would eat every 72 hours. So I would eat breakfast every Monday, every Thursday, and then Sunday, and then Wednesday. So and that ended up working really well. But you end up getting tired of breakfast, and you end up wanting lunch and stuff like that. So we decided to do something different. My wife and I ended up doing this instead. So what we're doing is almost like rolling 48-hour fasts, but it ends up just being alternate day fasting, where one day we fast, one day we don't. And it works out really well because we end up being able, for example, to eat breakfast like we did today. Today's Wednesday, so we ate breakfast at 8, and then we'll eat lunch at 12. It's almost 12 here, so I'm gonna eat this. So eating breakfast at 8 and lunch at 12, and then that's our last meal. We won't snack after that. We won't eat for the rest of the day. We'll go to sleep, being fed that day. The next morning, tomorrow morning, we'll wake up. We won't eat breakfast. We won't eat lunch or dinner, and we'll fast all day. And then we'll eat breakfast on Friday morning. So on the 3rd day. So that's gonna work really well for us. I think we were doing OMAD before, 1 meal a day. But this throws in a day of fasting, so it throws in a little bit longer fast between your meals. OMAD, you're able to eat one big meal every 24 hours, and you end up, having, especially if you want to get all your leafy greens and vegetables in, you end up having to stuff a big meal in every day. So then, especially if you're doing 2 days, and you want to get enough protein for your body, you're going to have to stuff in 2 big meals for the day, or 2 big meals, or one, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to stuff in 1 big meal for 2 days. So you don't want to do that, or I didn't want to keep doing that. Plus I missed lunch food. So, I love breakfast, but I was just missing having a lunch or something besides eggs. So what I ended up doing was using those two things and saying, okay, well, if I don't want to eat a huge meal every 2 days and stretch my gut every 2 days, and then if I don't want to, but I also want to fast, I want to be able to do a long fast, like rolling extended fasts in a way, and also I want to be able to get in enough calories to get enough protein, without stretching my stomach too much. What I want to do is take like almost like a 48-hour rolling fast, but I want to split that big meal into 2 meals, but I'll put it in a tight 4-hour window. So what I end up doing is, on my feeding day, I make it a 20-hour fast day, a 4-hour eating window. So I'll eat from 8 a.m. to noon, and that's plenty of time for me to get a satisfying meal in the morning, and then a satisfying meal for lunch. And I can have a huge meal in the morning, and then have a lighter meal up for lunch, and I was able to snack today in between. In between my lunch and my breakfast and my lunch. So, and I love snacking, so I ended up getting that back. I usually don't get to snack whenever I'm doing my fasting protocol. So that was a cool thing about this today. And so, I don't have a fork. Did I not bring a fork? Let me see if I brought one. Wow. Okay. So this just changed. So I'm just gonna have to eat this. Yeah, I took my forks out of my car because I quit eating in my car because I was fasting. That is so funny. All right, so that's all good. I got some wipies. I can wash my hands. All right, so here we go. So yeah, and somebody was asking me how much this costs too. So yeah, this is super freaking cheap. Super freaking cheap. I mean, okay, the romaine hearts cost $2.19. $2.19 for a big old thing of romaine, okay? For three hearts of romaine, okay? So boom, there's that. And then yeah, this was super cheap. The mayonnaise, it wasn't that cheap, but it's gonna last a long time. All right, I ended up getting me some McCormick pepper because they didn't have the one in the grinder that I like, but whatever. So I'm gonna put plenty of freaking pepper on this. Yeah, I probably don't have a fork in here. That is so funny. I thought I had one. Okay. And so here's a whole bunch of pepper. And here's my 2 eggs. And here's my tuna. I'll have to make a makeshift fork here in a bit. Boom. And obviously you don't have to use tuna if you like something else. You can put chicken in here if you like chicken. Boom. So there you have it. I'm gonna mix that up, and yeah, obviously with the dressing, and it's gonna be really good. Wow. Okay. So now I'm gonna put these sunflower seeds on here. Boom. Would have been a lot cooler if I would have brought a fork with me, but whatever. I'll make do. I'll find a fork somewhere around here. So boom, there's that. And so there you have it. That's what I'm gonna eat today for lunch. It's gonna be super satisfying. That's like, I mean, this is like, I don't know, 150, 250, maybe like 300 calories right here. And my breakfast was like, so that's 300 calories. My breakfast was around 400 or 500 calories. And then my snack was like 300 to 400 calories because I ate like 4 ounces of nuts, you know, so it might have been closer to 5. So right there, you know, that's like, you know, maybe like 11, 1200 calories, you know, so plenty of protein. No, you know, close to maybe like 10 carbs, 10 grams of carbs at most. So it's super low carb and super cheap. This was like $2. You know, the romaine was like, I used like a sixth of what I bought. So that's like 50 cents in the romaine. Two eggs is what, like 20 cents? You know, the tuna was like $1. Um, and the sesame seeds are really cheap. I got a huge bag for like, I don't know, like $7. And so this was just, you know, a few cents. So, I mean, seriously, this is like $1.60 or less right here. And it ends up being 40 grams of protein and 40 grams of fat, or maybe even less fat. You know, I can't even remember how much fat. I didn't really do the math, you know, I should have before this. But I mean, you got some fat in the eggs and you got some fat in the nuts. So honestly, no, not even a lot. I would say maybe, yeah, I'm probably getting like 5 to 10 grams of fat on here and plenty of protein. And since I got the leafy greens in here, even though I didn't put any veggies in here, maybe, I mean, I will next time, but you know, I'm gonna feel full. I'm gonna be satiated, you know, and I got enough protein and enough fat to keep me satiated because I ate plenty of nuts today before this. I ate like 4 ounces of nuts, or maybe even 5 ounces of nuts today, which really upped my calorie count. If I wouldn't have had all those nuts, this would have been a lower calorie meal. But I got plenty of protein and plenty of fats for energy, whatever. I'm gonna walk later today. I'm working all day, and I'm gonna walk tonight, and I'm gonna walk in the morning. So I'm gonna scrub out any extra fat that I don't need. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have this. But that's what I wanted to talk about today. My new fasting routine. I feel like it's gonna end up working really well. You know, because I liked 1 meal a day, but this allows a 44-hour fast every 4 hours. 44-hour fast, and then a 4-hour eating window, then a 44-hour fast. And if you do that over and over and over, you end up losing a lot of weight, and it's great for your gut health too. Just think about it. You eat within a 4-hour window, so then all of your food is being digested in the same window. And then you end up having a super regular rhythm when it comes to your digestion. And this is going to help your gut health, which is going to help your immunity, and it's going to help your brain function. You're going to end up getting some ketones because you are going to go into ketosis. You are going to go into autophagy. You're going to end up repairing some cells. You're going to end up repairing cells that have damaged proteins. You're going to actually, your body's going to have time, even because your cells are not just metabolizing energy right now. Since they're going to have time to do other things. As soon as your insulin starts to decline, then your glucagon hormone goes up, and that's whenever your body knows, okay, now it's time to start increasing these other processes, the ones that actually help you clean your body out and detox your body. So now that you're not metabolizing energy all day, you've got 44 hours from the time that you quit eating to get, well, after you're done with your metabolizing energy and metabolizing sugars, and once your sugar goes down, and then you start having time to use your fats as energy, and in that case it's a lower energy process, so your body has more time, especially after you digested all your food, and you don't have any exogenous food or exogenous calories to have to process. Then your body's going to go into autophagy, which means you're actually going to start repairing your broken cells. Any cells or any damage that you have to your cells is going to be repaired at that time. And you can't do this unless you stop eating for a while. So this is a way to do repair. So you're actually going to improve your immune function. You're going to improve your gut health. You're actually going to reduce inflammation too. If you have any inflammation in your body, I mean, not eating carbs is a great way to reduce inflammation, but not eating at all is an even better way. So any inflammation you have is going to be reduced. Literally any type of pain, arthritis pain, fibromyalgia pain. If you're talking about, any type of immune, like even, leprosy. They even cured this by fasting. They would put somebody away in a different place, lock them up. Then they end up being okay. Jesus did this. They ended up being like Jesus. Okay, you're gonna follow me. You have leprosy. Do what I do. Okay, Jesus fasted. These guys fasted. Okay, and once they fasted, they cured their leprosy. It's crazy. What do you think they did whenever people had seizures back in the day? They thought that seizures were like being possessed by a freaking a demon or a devil or something. So they would lock them up, and throw, not so much as throw away the key, but they would lock them up for 10 days, and then when they come out, they'd be fine because they were fasted, and it would cure their freaking seizures. Now they came up with the keto diet to cure seizures. They found that they were able to isolate what they needed to cut out of the diet, which was carbs and proteins, and mostly fats is what they use for people who have seizures, and they use this. This is what a keto diet really was designed for, and this is what they did. They fasted back in the day. They would fast somebody who had seizures, and unwittingly they would end up curing their seizure with the fasting, and they didn't know that the fasting was what was curing them. They thought they were letting the demon be released from them by getting them locked up for 10 days or whatever. So, fasting works. It's a great lifestyle to at least attempt. At some point after you turn 35, you should probably do a 2 or 3 day fast, maybe once a month or once every couple months. This is to prevent cancer as well. I have a friend who's had cancer. He's fine now. But at any point, there's always a risk of the cancer coming back. So now he's going to take on a fasting lifestyle to make sure that it doesn't come back. So, that's always helpful to make sure, because the cancer needs carbs, it needs energy. So, the more you can starve your cancer of energy, the more the more that you can be sure that it's not going to come back, or at least have a better chance, just because all around fasting is just going to cure your body in so many ways. So yeah, that's the benefit of my new fasting routine. Just the fact that you're able to get into ketosis, fat burning. You end up increasing your HGH, your human growth hormone, which helps you actually burn fat. You end up producing more into about 18 hours into your fast, and then more and more so throughout your fast the longer you fast. So definitely once you get into your 24 and up to your 48-hour mark in a fast, then that's whenever you end up increasing your HGH by a lot, and then you end up fat burning most of the time as well. So that's why I wanted to try this protocol, just because I know it's you're still going to long fast, but you don't have to eat a huge meal. So it's the reason I brought it up. I wanted to end up getting as much autophagy as possible to do repair. And I know that I've trashed my body over the past few years with a bad diet. So I know that I've trashed my immunity and my gut health. So that's why I'm doing this. I want to make sure that I'm cleaning out my body and detoxing my body as good as I can. And then in the morning I'm having my apple cider vinegar shot. I'm putting turmeric in there now. Just a little bit of that in there, maybe like a quarter teaspoon or something like that of some turmeric in my apple cider vinegar. I'm also doing a little bit of baking soda and some lemon juice for the kidneys. And then I took a probiotic this morning, which I don't always do. Maybe a couple times a week I'll do that. And then other than that, no other supplements. That's all I did was a turmeric, baking soda, lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, and that probiotic. So that's what I took this morning. I ate a bunch of nuts. I ate my breakfast, which was squash, eggs, cheese, spinach, and so that was really good. And so I ended up having maybe like 1,000 calorie day, maybe a 1,200 calorie day, which is still under my total daily energy expenditure. I should probably be eating, closer to 1,500, maybe 2,000 a day. So it's still less than what I need. The thing is, I've got plenty of body fat to use as energy, so I don't need as much energy with my food, because I got plenty of body fat to use. And since I'm eating mostly fats and proteins, my body is adapted to burning fats now. I don't have to burn sugars for energy, so I'm not necessarily needing my body to go into gluconeogenesis and to use gluconeogenesis to create sugar out of fats or out of protein, or to spare any muscle, and able to for the reason of doing that. Especially the great thing about fasting is whenever you do fast, you're actually able to keep your muscle. You don't break down your muscle or your you use amino acids through autophagy, and your human growth hormone HGH actually allows you to keep your muscle while you're fasting. So it's actually great if you fast, especially if you're on a keto diet or on at least on a diet where you're eating protein and fat, and you're eating healthy carbs, and reduce your carbs yeah, you're gonna be able to go. You're being autophagy really quickly, and especially with the 44-hour fast. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say today. I wanted to get that in 20 minutes, and I'm going over that now. But yeah, if there's any other topic that you do want to hear about, obviously let me know. We can make another video for that. But yeah, until then, thank you so much for watching, and remember to eat healthy and buy Bitcoin.